Pásala bien.
What's going on, everybody? We are back with another episode of
Bienvenidos.
Pásala Bien, donde la vamos a pasar bien.
O mal.
Pero pásale.
Oh my God,
So good.
guys! Wow.
Pero pásale, le tocaba el Héctor, pero
What about my
pásale.
line?
Oh, okay. Well,
Someone
that's the
took my
point.
line.
We skipped you, and that was on purpose. No, I'm kidding. But now that we're fighting, we're definitely in the vibes for the rest of the video. Ya que pues este video, el último video, estábamos platicando acerca de unas situaciones a little bit, dramatic.
Dramatic.
But, to be honest, we have a lot of dramatic situations.
Acontecimientos que
many.
pasaron.
And then we realized that we've been having dramatic situations since we were like
There
very,
was a
very
couple.
young.
It's the trauma that follows.
By the
Oh,
way,
the
good
trauma or the
morning.
drama?
Good morning, guys, because today we are recording a little earlier. Nos
We're
levantamos
doing the
temprano,
super
so
early.
cheers to coffee, with the coffee.
Cheers to water.
Hector doesn't drink coffee,
Cheers.
so ya sabrán.
Oh, God. Yoli, just to remind you, like, this one's broken.
A little
If you would have brought your own mug, that
Yeah,
wouldn't
it
have been the
wouldn't be
situation,
broken.
and we wouldn't have this conversation.
Let this be proof that he owes us another mug
What
because
the
that
hell?
was not broken before.
I didn't even touch it.
Oh.
I just noticed it right now.
You cheers
see
to
the
a great
breaks? Hey,
episode.
you see, this is going to start the
cracks.
Hey,
animosity.
Hey, by the way, buy our merch.
Buy the merch. It's out
ASMR.
now.
Hey,
That's
link
literally
below.
what I said, Gil.
Hey, the link below.
I literally said
Y a mí me
ASMR.
cae gordo cuando toma la gente así.
And, that's what you literally did.
A mí me
I
cae
was
gordo
playing around.
cuando comen así.
Oh,
Y a mí me cae gordo cuando hablas.
I'm like, oh.
Guys, cut the camera.
All right, let's kick it off, Yoli.
Okay.
Summer of 2019.
Summer of 2005. I'm kidding. Basically, last time he had mentioned a time when we went to the club and he picked up a stranger and we were already kind of
I didn't pick up no stranger.
Oh, yes, you did.
So in case you guys didn't see the episode before this one, he picked up a stranger and he was the stranger that was picked up.
I was a stranger.
He picked up a stranger. He took his ass home. But anyways, the point is, before
night.
that situation, we had been in the club, and I think that was the day I realized, like, maybe this hosting life is not for me.
It totally is for you, friend. But situations happen and there's altercations.
Okay, so there was no necessarily an altercation, but what had happened is that there was this girl all up in my space.
That night, she was on stage and she was hosting the night.
And
So
let
it
me-
was your night.
The stage is like the stage is
people were
really
there 'cause of
small.
her.
I was about to ask her how big
The
was the
stage
space.
is really small. The space is really small, but there's just this thing where people want to be right there next to the DJ for no reason. And I'm like, oh my God, there was like a cord mic. There's limited space. And this girl's just like coming all up in. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Just
Did
please
anybody
get out.
know her?
No,
I
she
don't
was
know
just
who
a,
the hell she knew. And she
visiting the
kept
club.
on coming. She kept on coming. And then finally, it just annoyed me. So this is where it comes in. I was like,
You did not. You pushed her?
So,
and then I pushed her. And then I was just like,
but she
minding
didn't
my
do it. She didn't do it
business.
from out of wrong place. But my friend was
Gil,
trying to
if
work.
you're going like this to the head,
No, but
that's
hold
the wrong
on,
space.
hold on.
Exactly.
My friend was working because at the end of the day, she's working. She's hosting
No.
the night. She's working along.
And this is why I didn't want to talk about it because
Yeah.
I do think it is immature of me to do it. But she had pissed me off.
No, but
already.
it wasn't bad.
So
yeah.
I'm not. No, it was bad, Gilbert. It was bad. Let's grow up here. But I was just like, oh my God, you're so annoying, you
Yeah.
know. So finally, like after too many times, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
We just came out of college. We're gonna fight.
I'd back off if I were you. Unless, of course, you want things to get ugly.
But after that, I guess is when we picked up the stranger.
Yeah, we already talked about that. We picked up the stranger and I offered him a ride because lo habían dejado. Again, people get drunk and stuff. Dejaron al amigo, lo fuimos a dejar.
That was a good karma to balance out for my bad karma.
No, have you ever gotten left behind though?
I don't think I have. Have I?
No, I'm just asking.
No, I haven't.
I don't
Like your
think
friends
so.
forget
I
about
think
it.
people
good
like
friends.
you.
I
Nobody
have
would
good
leave you
friends,
behind.
friend. Again, I'm the one always driving too.
That's
so.
why they don't need them.
Why have they left you behind?
Yeah.
Really? Where?
The time that he hosted.
Oh.
His birthday?
Yeah.
Please
Oh,
tell us again.
yes.
To be honest,
Elaborate.
I don't remember that night because I don't
Elaborate.
even remember what happened the night.
Elaborate
Well, no,
on the night.
I went
Alex-
to
real quick.
sleep early.
Wait, you were hosting for your birthday, huh?
Yeah, and I went to sleep
Yeah, Alex
early.
was hosting for his birthday. He blacked out.
There was two things that night. I remember it was this one girl that kept also going to the DJ booth where we were at, and I don't know if I was already like kind of like drunk, and I guess
No,
she
you
was
were
try-
drunk.
I was drunk, huh? But I remember that part. I guess she was trying to dance or something, and Gil was like, "Who is that?"
Yeah, hey, Gil was all jealous.
Dude, it's because we were
we
like,
take
who
care
is
of each
she?
other.
Yeah,
no,
I'm
and
baiting.
she was all up in him, and we're like, does he know her? She's
Yeah.
gonna definitely try and take him home. But everything is fine. You can go
Who
if
is
you
she?
want to.
But
Like,
Gil was
who
trying to
is
figure out who
she?
she
Gil was
was.
cock blocking here, and I want you to dance
I
with
am
that
a
girl.
No, friend.
territorial, but-
We
No,
were,
but-
yeah, we were looking out.
So that night, obviously, we had a lot of fun. And
Yeah.
I walked myself out the club with
No,
Gil.
you didn't.
Yes, I did, huh, Gil?
We
walked
get
you
walked.
out.
You didn't walk
we
out.
walked- we were
Alex,
carried-
you got carried
No,
out.
I remember I got carried out, but I remember the security guy said you had to come inside, and I was like, I'm leaving, and we left.
Alex, you got
That's when I was-
carried out.
No, I didn't. You
At
got
one
carried
point,
on your birthday.
we were gonna
Okay,
go
we're not
out.
talking about that. We're not talking about that.
At one point, we were gonna
birthday.
No, you got carried out.
we were gonna walk
Yes.
out for something, right? To the restroom or something.
You
Yes.
took him to the restroom.
Yeah.
Okay, to the
but the
restroom.
security guard said something, huh? He said something about you can't be here. You have to come inside or get out. Because they had like an outside patio.
Okay.
And I remember saying, well, we're leaving. I remember that part. And then
The hostess is leaving.
Yeah, and after that, I forgot.
Hey, and pay him.
According to Gil. No,
You're like,
that
where's
was,
Alex money?
No, that was Yoli.
That night, you actually kind of worked for free because didn't you end up buying another bottle?
Yeah, I did. I bought another bottle.
So he definitely needed that
Yeah, I
drink.
did.
Well, they
He
had
bought
given you
another
one,
bottle.
right? They had given you
They
one.
gave me
Yeah.
a bottle. And obviously,
And
I don't get drunk when I
Sac
host, but it was
Cabo.
hype in Nelson.
And 'cause
They
it was her
said,
birthday.
Get up. And I was like, all right, cool.
Alex was like, well, let's get another one.
was like,
And
bring it
everybody
in.
was pitching in. Everybody was going to pitch in. Alex
Yeah.
ended up paying for it.
I don't think
We're
they
like,
owe
what
me.
what the heck?
Hey, I'm like,
Hey, y'all still owe
Wait,
me.
what?
I think I paid for it.
man, we had left at that time. Hey, at that point we were out.
Yeah, so he ended up. He ended
Why
up
did
buying
you
another
order
one.
the bottle?
Yeah, and so Alex worked for free that night.
I
And
sure
he blacked
did.
out.
I don't think he got paid after. Even
Well, he
after,
didn't really work, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
he said, I paid for the bottle because I requested for the check.
And then someone walked home that night.
Yeah. Me and my best friend walked home.
Somebody
Why?
got left.
Tell us
Why?
why.
Tell us why, Hector.
No.
Wait, to this
Okay,
day,
so-
I don't know what happened because I was basically asleep already at this time. But apparently,
Oh, by the
was
way,
passed out.
he had thrown up on my shoes, my new shoes of that night that I had bought for the event, my clothes, my everything. I was like, I wonder if I have that video.
Well,
but then
Yeah, Gil, because you didn't want any of us to help him.
No,
I tried.
because
That's
you
the
didn't
reason
want-
why me and you got in a fight because he was already blacked out outside, and I was trying to help him.
I think-
and then me and you got in an argument, and of course your
Really
sidekick
jumped in.
had
Because
to
I was
jump
pissed
in,
already that
and
I
I
was
think
then
already
it's
thrown up.
because you were in the way. You weren't
I
helping.
wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't in the way.
Yeah,
No,
you
instead
were.
of not-
You
instead
were.
of helping-
It's because
They're
you were
lying,
not
Alex.
helping. You were like, oh, let me.
Ya
but-
los conoces como son. Mira,
Okay,
mira cómo son.
dime quién te va a cargar mejor, Hector
We
or
were already
Nelson
outside.
I was a
and
little
Gilbert?
bigger. I was a
No,
little
that
bigger.
Actually, didn't Leo carry
Alex.
me?
Or Leo. Like, what
Alex,
is
we were
Hector
outside.
doing?
Alex, I carried
He
you.
was
were
literally
outside.
just
We
in
were
the
outside.
way.
Oh,
No,
okay,
you're
one
lying.
at a time.
He was in the way. He was in the
One
way.
at a time.
He
I was
in
a
the
little,
way.
I was a little heftier back then. You know, yo te estaba cargando.
Hey,
What do you
insert
mean?
picture here.
We got in an argument that I was like, you know what, fuck this, I'm gonna walk. And then Gil,
And nobody noticed he left.
I think Gil was like, he said something. He's like, well, fuck it, walk. Like we got into a big
Because
ass
we were
argument.
just pissed. I was
so
just
we
pissed
just
at
walked.
this. I just
and-
wanted to go home. So I was like, he's gonna pick up a ride from someone. Like a lot of the people that
And to
came.
top it off,
Pero
like,
por querer hacer un punto, se fue caminando.
Se fue
No,
caminando.
because
from Hollywood to what
estos
is
dos
it?
juntos son
To,
pinche terremoto.
what is it? Hancock Park? Every time we went to that club, too, we blacked out.
And they closed it down.
Yeah, they did.
I know.
Hey, that's a... Don't let us go to your club.
Hey, email us at the website
Gil, how
on the IG. We have our email if you want us to host the
Pásala
night.
Bien Show at
Don't do
gmail.com.
it.
How about when you host, like, for example, a small venue like the Conga Room for a concert? Do you get nervous?
Any event that I have to host in front of a crowd, definitely get nervous. Even when I host at like quinceañeras and weddings, but I feel the fact that it's more structured makes me feel a little more safe because I know like, okay, this is what I have to do and this is what I got to do. Whereas as opposed to the other one, it's just like you're kind of guessing and it's fun to kind of guess the vibes, but I feel like that's why DJ's job is so difficult because you literally have to read the crowd all the
Yeah.
time. Like if they're not with the song, change the song. You know what I mean?
For example, like
So-
when I've done Pico Rivera, like the crowds too are different.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
Pico Rivera is obviously, you know, the Latinos, Mexicans were more hardcore, more demanding, right? So when you're up there for too long, it's kind of like cuidado porque te van a botellar, you know? Yeah, but if
But
you're
you
there,
They don't
It's
say, like-
amazing at the Pico Rivera crowd.
Thank you,
That's
friend.
a scary crowd.
yeah,
I'm
but
not
I
gonna
would
lie,
like
you
it when it was
killed
like,
it.
¿Mande?
Did they ever boo you? Like,
No, not necessarily, but there was situations where
That's
sí, a la
bad.
gente,
That's
yeah.
bad when they boo you because some of my coworkers have gotten booed
Yeah.
at an event.
Damn, let
They
them
have.
tell the story.
No, I'm not gonna say who, but I'm gonna say like
Have
kinda-
you ever gotten booed?
No, I haven't.
Boo this man!
So this is a story I told Hector to remind me of. Do they have ghosts here?
nah, it's the air.
So what happened is that we were at an event, and Gil, I, and some other coworkers, Yoli was included, and I think somebody was gonna take a picture, right?
The girls had already arranged the picture situation. He was getting mic'd up, so he's like, "Yeah, 1 second." So then I was like on the side just with him, But then the security or whatever it was de ellos, de él o de ellos.
I don't even think it was his. I think it was Yandel's.
Yandel's?
And at that time they were split. They were.
Oh,
It was
okay.
Wisin and Yandel, and then it was Yandel's people or
Okay.
something like that.
Yeah,
One of
yeah.
those.
Oh my God. Well, I'll tell the story because we were the girls trying to take the picture. No, so what had happened was we actually had taken a picture with We Seen already. We went up to him and we were talking to him. It was super cool and everything was cool. And then after We Seen, venía Yandel. So then Yandel was up on stage and then Gilbert saw that we were trying to take a picture with him as well. So then they told the security and then Yandel had already said, oh yeah, you can go take a picture with me or whatever.
Ya iban a tomarse la foto. So it was established. There was no commotion going on, you know? But then the guy decides to come in and like, oh, que no sé qué tanto. So I brought him down the ramp and we like turned. Like this is at the Staples Center behind the thing. So then we had to turn porque es como así. So we were by the wall, but there was unas rampas. I think from the I guess they hadn't finished building the stage. I don't know. There was a rampa on the walls lean like that, right? So then I went like this and I was like, okay, let's talk now. And then he was using his hands a lot and I was like, don't touch me. I was like, don't touch me. So I moved his hand. I moved his hand. I was like, don't touch me. But at that point, it was like 5-10 seconds. So then I was like, don't touch me. So then I lean on the ramp. And then I kind of go against the wall.
It's because it looked like he pushed it because he was going like that.
Yeah.
Like
I was
20
like-
people like in a matter of 3 seconds.
And I'm like, I get you want to protect the artist, but it's like we're not even like we were asking like, oh, can we get a picture?
We're
You
not
know what I mean?
invading their spaces.
Yeah.
Sir.
I know
Yeah.
it does sound like it, but now that I hear it, it kind of sounds like it would make sense because if you do hire security, it's for that purpose, you know. And sometimes the artists don't want to be in the position to be the ones to tell you no, so the security does have to kind of come and be like, oh no, whatever.
One thing that it irks me about artists is like, oh, don't rush me with a phone, like Bad Bunny said. Don't rush me with a phone. Come say hi, blah blah. When we try to get near you, well, in general, your securities act up. So how do you want me to have a conversation with you?
But Alex, he wasn't always like that.
I know.
'Cause we met him. Remember when we met
Yeah,
him
but-
backstage?
Yeah.
That's a whole different story.
But that's what I'm saying. You know how artists are always like, oh, don't put the phone in my face. Like, just come talk to me. How do you want me to talk to you if you are not accessible?
But yeah, Bad Bunny, he's good.
yeah, he used to be good.
What's going on?
I have a
brave.
good experience. Huh? No, but I'm saying, okay, I'm not attacking because I'm a big Bad Bunny fan.
Hey, Kardashians,
but I
please
just
don't
feel
come for him.
Yeah, remember he
who
started
he is.
the Kardashian claim.
I swear to God, I'll punch you in your face.
There was one time we were backstage at Cali Bash, and it was me, Alex, Yoli, and Sandra. So we're just chilling, and Bad Bunny's coming, right? Y yo lo miré de lejos. I was like, hey, that's Bad Bunny. So I go like this to Alex. Bad Bunny's coming. And I got so starstruck that I went like this como menso. I yelled out his name. I was like, Bad Bunny.
He's like, it's four of us.
I did not realize that I did that. So I'm not even lying to you. Bad Bunny came up to me. He literally came up to me, which he would never do that now. Yeah. He came up to me and he like shook my hand, me saludó, and he went like that. He did that to Alex. He gave Yoli and Sandra, like I think he gave them like a hug and a kiss. I can't.
Why didn't I
remember.
get a hug and kiss?
I don't know. He didn't give us one. What the heck?
He be kissing guys on stage.
Yeah.
It's all good.
and then he left.
Certain guys.
Certain guys. True.
And then literally he left, and I was like, what the heck? And then later on
Hey, se
backstage,
cayó.
yo me desmayé. And then later on backstage, I was like, okay, I need to get a picture with him.
Yeah.
So I was like, Bad Bunny, can I get a picture with him? Yo de menso le dije en inglés. At that time, I didn't know he didn't know how to speak English like a lot. So yo le pregunté, y el security se mete. He's already like, and they're about to go into the camerino, to the dressing room, and he's all like freaking like pulling him in, and I'm like, so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get my picture, and then freaking Bad Bunny, he goes like this to the security, and he's all like, una foto con el Chavalillo, and I was like, and I got my picture.
You went to the dressing room, right?
I'm the Chavalillo.
And
Yeah,
he said,
so I
right
got-
here, Chavalillo.
Yeah, and I got my picture with him.
Chavalillo Johnson.
No, and I got my picture with him, but it's crazy
Can we see?
because
Can we see? He has it.
so it's crazy because now I see videos of him, and I'm still a big fan, but it's so crazy to me when I see these videos when he just like walks by them and he hears people like yelling his name, and I'm just like, dude, you weren't this guy.
Yeah.
But be happy that you got that moment.
Well, we
because
did.
things happen. I mean, ahora a lo mejor he's just like
I think he's just over it.
Yeah, and it's understandable. I mean, it can get
But,
overwhelming,
mira,
I guess.
don't go up to them. Even if you don't go up to them, a simple hi waving at them
Yeah.
could make those people's day. Even hi,
Like
they
an
get in a
Aya-
video.
Aya-
On Aya, I'm
Aya.
looking at you. Hi. You know what I mean? It's totally
Chavalillo.
different. It's totally different when you're all like this. And you just like completely
Like, you're numb, you can't hear
like
them.
you ignore them, like they're not even there. You know what I mean? I think that's when it's messed up.
Aprenden de Karol G and J Balvin. Karol G hasta un hot dog se llevó.
Yeah.
J Balvin,
Oh
J
my
Balvin, like
gosh.
you said, he's
But-
always like.
But that's crazy because, sorry, let me say this real quick. That same year that this happened, Balvin was also there. We literally left the venue walking with Balvin.
He was sick that year, right?
Yeah.
He
We
was
were
like,
walking with
"Ando
him.
enfermo." I was like,
Yeah.
Girls like yo te curo.
Hey, we literally walked the whole ramp and everything with Balvin. He
Very
was walking.
accessible.
I do think that it is rude, and you would think that it's so easy to just turn around and say hi. But have you guys ever had a bad day and not wanted to say hi? Have you guys ever had like a tough time and just not wanted to be, you know? And people like to say like, well, they're artists, they should know this, da 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 da. And I'm just like,
Even like
guys,
anxiety
let's
too,
get it
like,
together.
just
Like, you're still human. At the end of the day, you're not your job title. You are a human. Like, so it's like you're gonna have human reactions to these things. So it is kind of unfortunate to see that, oh, there was these kinds of moments where somebody would come up to you and, you know, they're more accessible. But things change, I guess, you know, people
change.
there's
Hey, I'm
there's
laughing,
levels out here, I guess.
There's
And
levels.
it's like, you know what, I guess the only thing we can do is try to be better whenever we get to the top. But don't be
and
surprised
honestly-
if I just walk around.
Because if you be acting up, I'm gonna be like, Hector, what's up
Nah,
with
because
waiting?
if anybody's gonna act up like that, it's gonna be you.
Ah, oh my
Hey,
God.
or Yoli with the...
No,
Yo.
yo soy, hey,
No, that's in
Yo,
the
you
past.
practice
I'm
a lot.
changed
You
woman.
practice
hey,
a
yo,
lot.
yo soy tan menso que me aviento el crowd.
Crowd surfing. No, I'm kidding. No, I honestly.
You can't judge until you're in that
Yeah,
position.
and
Right,
I-
you were mentioning J Balvin the rib.
Oh my gosh,
I
because
was
you
laughing
mentioned
at
how
that.
J Balvin has always been that guy that the station loves him. Like ever
Yeah.
since the first time he went there, everybody was just like, this guy is family, okay? And then one time, Gilbert and I, we like woke up at the crack of dawn because J Balvin was gonna be at the station. I had just started working there. Gilbert had, just started working as a
Like on air?
on air también. So we were like, we're gonna go see J Balvin. Nadie nos había invitado. Nosotros dijimos, vámonos. We heard he was gonna be there. We're
It
gonna
was
be
out
there
of our
too.
time. We were gonna come in
But
a
like,
tarde. But
called
he
out
was-
of work, everything. I'm kidding. But we did go out there that morning, and J Balvin was upstairs. Everybody was talking to him. Everybody had gotten their picture. He had
He
vibed
had a
out with
coffee
us.
mug. And we had a
Did.
conversation with him for a little bit. I think
Yeah,
what it was.
you guys were best friends at that point.
And then, we were like, okay, bye. But then I was like, oh, la foto. And I was like, J Balvin, la foto, you know. And then he's like, oh, sí, espérame. He said, and then, pero ya se lo iban a llevar. I was like, J Balvin.
Ven pa' acá.
And ya no
que
me
vengas.
escuchó, right? But then I was like, I put my hand through the security or whatever. I was like,
Is it-
Balvin.
yeah,
Balvin.
stabbed him.
He's
Hey,
like,
girl, you're like, hey, friend.
hey, friend. Then yo le like, friend. Pero así le di because he's like, oh, okay, yeah.
Dude, and
Y la foto.
But
The photo,
you
hey,
were-
the picture came out great.
yeah, I did go share it.
But Balvin should know better because the first time he came to the station, I interviewed him, and Gil went to go get him.
No,
in the
that was the
elevator.
first time.
No, that
This was when you
no.
stabbed him before that interview.
He came back for Calibash that year.
Yeah.
And that was when he ya había pasado
Yeah,
eso.
this was
Aquí apenas
first.
iba empezando.
He
Oh,
had
this-
just met him.
What was the guy's name? Yanis?
Yanis from
Yanis.
Piso
You know
21.
Yanis, right?
Piso
Piso
21.
21?
Oh, yeah.
They were all in the elevator, right? And Gil went to go get Balvin, right? Because we're setting
Of
up.
course
for-
he did.
He went to go get him.
No, because
Tell
I
me
think we were
why
like-
he has a video of him recording and Giannis. Obviously, Giannis is also famous, but I guess Gil didn't know at the time. He's like, move. He's like,
Gil.
hey,
Oh,
Have
Balvin.
Yanis,
mercy.
pobrecito.
Yeah.
I remember Yanis sitting by the restroom. He was like against the wall. And I was like, oh, you want coffee or something? Porque Balvin estaba en la entrevista. Pero Piso 21
I'm
todavía no...
surprised, Gil, you didn't tell. I was like, hey, can you get Balvin some coffee?
Yanis, hey, Yanis, like the creamer.
But you guys, I didn't even tell you guys the best part. So when you had stabbed him, you were inside, and then at that point, there was no rush for J Balvin to leave already. You know, estaban esperando que se recuperara o
Yeah,
algo.
they're waiting for the
But
medic.
he was waiting in the lobby. He was waiting in the lobby with his security, and I think you were either in the kitchen or in the studio. And literally, J Balvin was like, "Oh, hijo de puta, me pegó bien fuerte."
No, he didn't. He
I
did?
swear. And I told him, I was like, dude, he fucking said that you hit him hard or whatever.
Así me dolió,
Like
yeah,
literally
super
when you're
funny.
homie. But you are homies with J Balvin.
J
Like, you
Balvin's
guys
really
follow
cool.
each other. The time that he came, you guys were already friends. That's
Friend.
why you went in the elevator todo confiado and stuff. Porque
No,
así ya
but
Oh, he's
conocido.
going to be here. He's coming.
Yeah, he's a friend of the house.
I hope his costilla is much better this time.
Let
It's
me
been
ask
some
it.
time.
Hey, man.
Well, he did take like a year off, so.
But
he's
that was
back.
way
That was the
after
reason
that.
why.
Yeah, he had tuvo el dolor después.
The lingering pain.
But yeah, that was a great episode, guys. I hope that we had a learning experience here, not to grab people or pull people's ribs.
Don't be out there fighting.
And to wrap it up, if Yoli's working, don't get in front of her, because your neck will be break.
Right, I feel like her reaction was valid.
Thank you, friend. You
But if
always
any club
validate my
wants to hire
emotions,
us,
feelings.
Yeah.
Gil,
Hire
Alex, and me. We're
yeah,
down.
hire
Yeah,
them.
we're
Expect a high and I
Expect a
from
high.
Hector.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and we'll put the windows down and say
A ver,
hi.
your demo.
Host me. I'm Friday night. I'm drinking. What are you gonna say?
Wait.
You host the
Put your
club.
fucking hands up.
Make some motherfucking noise!
Every single ladies make some noise.
Gay Gil's all like,
All right, make sure
That
to
was our
follow us.
audition.
Make sure to subscribe, like.
Yes.
and make sure if you haven't watched all the episodes, you watch them.
Yes. for
Pásala
sure.
bien el siguiente domingo aquí a la misma hora por el mismo canal. The guys.
No le cambies.
The girls.
Hey,
Oh, the girls.
a Pasala Bien Show.
The guys.
Cheers, guys, for a great episode.
Salud.
Hope you guys had a good one, too.
Ya, porque la vas a quebrar.
Pásala bien.